Hey YouTube, as y'all already could tell by the pictures, I'm gonna talk about Monique again, and now she done teamed up with Cat Williams. I personally think it's a marketing tactic, nothing more to just drive up ticket sales. I don't think it's. Listen, Cat Williams is smart, and this is very strategic. Tori Hart, Monique, and Cat Williams, they all teamed up, and they have Kevin Hart in common. They don't mess with him after Monique don't mess with him after what he did to her. And then I don't know why Tori Hart is it because he divorced her? Like I don't know, it's weird. And of course, this whole thing with Kevin and Katt has been going on for years. So yeah, they done teamed up together, honey, and they going on tour. Now I'm gonna tell you about Cat Williams, right? He don't mess with Monique like that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if he really, really felt the need to have Monique on his team, not that he hated her, I'm sure he respected every comedian in their own right. But if he felt like she was something to be reckoned with, he'd have been had her on his team, just like he had Lunel and Red and all the other comics that travels with him often, right? Why now, when she's like 60 years old, does he want to now have her on his team? Because personally, I don't think Monique is funnier than Lunel. I don't think so. And she's an older woman. And let's be quite honest, I don't think Monique is funny at all. I do think she is a very great actress. And after she got that Oscar, I think it's an Oscar, her income should have tripled, right? And that's not what happened. The story goes that Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels blackballed her. Well, then she should sue Tyler Perry, right? Here's my thing with Monique, though. You can't demand answers when you just going out talking about these people. Let me tell you something. She's not a comedian. Even when she did Queens of Comedy, all she did was curse and talk about D. We all could do that. It's easy to do that. That was it. I think she had one stand-up comedy where she went to a woman's prison and then they all told their story, which I respected. But really, that was it. Her movies hit. Her movies hit, not her stand-up comedy. Her movies are good, not her comedy shows. Do you understand? There's always two categories. And this is how I do it. I do it just like Marlon and Shawn Wayans, right? The brothers. It's a bunch of them, but just those two specifically. Their stand-up comedy is not funny, but their movies and the show that they did back in the 90s, mad funny. Same thing with Martin Lawrence. I don't think his stand-up comedy is anything special, but when he do Big Mama House, when he was on the show Martin, that's him. That's him. He's funny only in that regard. So it's like I can't even explain it. Like just like Kevin Hart. I think Kevin Hart's movie is better than his. Does he? Yeah, his stand up comedy be sucking like ass. Like nobody want to see that shit. That shit corny. But he made good movies. These are the categories that these people fall into, and I put Monique in the same category. Her stand up comedy is trash. I'm sorry. Tell me one joke that you can remember that Monique has ever told. Ain't none. Right? And Katt is not dumb. He knows that she's not funny. However, he gets these two ladies together to stick it to Kevin. Everybody's saying it, and it's the truth. He already making money, so he's not doing this for money. He's actually doing this for her. He is doing this for her, not because he needs to. And I personally think that he don't think that she's funny, but he's giving Monique the platform and opportunity to tell her story. It's not like she hasn't told her story for the last 15 years, because she has, and she won't be quiet about it. And respectfully, I don't blame her. And she has every right to be mad at Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels. But my thing is, stop telling people to call Tyler Perry. There is a reason why that man will not speak to you. And it's not because she's a liar, because that's one thing Monique is not going to do. She's not going to lie. But I think Tyler Perry is annoyed with the fact that every time someone wants to have a conversation with her, her husband is always present. And let me tell you, she was correct in what she said, that people for some reason is bothered that her husband is around. She's accurate, and she should honor her husband. If that's what she wants to do, she should be able to do it. The problem that a lot of people are having, though, is she acts like a bobblehead. Like she can't breathe, speak, or do anything without the consent of her husband. This is the issue. Well, then she says, my husband is my manager. In other words, guys, she's the reason why her husband has a job. That's all, and that's it. Because here's the thing, even though she wasn't able to get roles in Hollywood, that didn't necessarily mean that she wasn't able to get any work. And if he was a good manager, he would be able to do that for her. Hence why I said she gave him the title, not because he's a self-proclaimed manager, not because he has had any other A-listers, D-listers, Z-listers that he's put on the map or even helped out at any point in time. That's because she gave him that title. That's it. When you are a manager, you should be able to get your client work. She could be doing voiceovers, voice acting. It doesn't always necessarily have to be Hollywood gigs. It could be independent films, things like that. But here's the thing. Once you get an Oscar, your income is supposed to triple, but that was blocked because of Tyler Perry. Now, something she said during the interview, she said that she has Tyler Perry on the phone, and the phone call is recorded, and he's admitting to starting the rumor. Well, if you have that evidence, Monique, you should take that evidence and you should take him to court. Telling a million interviewers about what happened, that we've heard the same story over and over again, is not going to change the fact that she missed out on millions of dollars over the last 10 to 15 years. And that's true. They did her dirty. I'm not mad at her for speaking on that. I just want her to understand, when it comes down to the comedy scene, she's not that relevant. I don't like D.L. Hughley, but he was correct in what he said. He said, you did all this boycotting Netflix just to have trash ass material, and then the Netflix special flopped. He's accurate in that. She made all this noise about being a legend, but baby, your resume has not been updated. So, to give her credit right now, she's doing that. She is updating her resume. First, she did the Netflix special, which was like a year or so ago, maybe. And now she's on tour with Katt Williams. The issue is Monique isn't funny, okay? I just want to show y'all, what she said on Club Shay Shay about Sommore.
Non-stop history making, because we were selling out in ways that were unheard of, right? And I can remember our first show, because I was not initially the headliner of the Queens of Comedy. Sommore was. And I remember our first show, and this is why I appreciate her, because she knows a great show. Like, you have some comedians that feel like, you can't follow me. I tore the stage down and it's over, and you can't. And I felt that way one time in my life, and that was with D.L. Hughley, right? But she was the headliner of the show. And we were in Atlanta. And it was one of those shows where the basket for me was this big. Like, I don't care what I said, it was just, right? Sommore is one of the funniest. It's just our energies are different. I'm liable to run across the stage. Just the energy is different. And that night, the energy was just different. It was not that she was less funny. Just the energy was different. And this is why I love that sister. She walked off the stage that night after she closed the show. She walked by me and she said, you headline from now on. And she kept walking. We never discussed it. It takes, for me, it takes a person saying, we want a great show. We just want a great show.
Now, y'all heard that. She's basically saying, she's saying that She's saying that they're not funnier than each other. It's just that the vibe was different. Let me tell y'all something. I was 10 years old, either 10 or 11 when Queens of Comedy came out. I was a little girl, right? And you know how you be around adults and you really not supposed to be, they watching something and you not supposed to be around. And you know how you a little girl and don't nobody talk about sex and you not supposed to know about it, so you play dumb when you hear jokes about it and things like that. That was me. I was, in the corner acting like I don't hear what's on the TV. They over here cracking up my mom and them. And I got the joke, but I wasn't supposed to let them know I got the joke. So I don't, I'm playing dumb like I don't know. I'm over here smirking, looking down on the ground. And I remember Sommore talking about the hula hoop. And she said, shh, 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 shh. I remember that joke to this day. Hands down, Sommore's funnier than Monique. Argue with your mama. And what I find is interesting is Sommore, she's on social media. She's telling you where she's going, her tour dates, things of that nature. She's not really in all the mess. And that girl keeps a gig. She is still doing comedy to this day. Now, she was in Soul Plane, so was Kevin Hart, and so was Monique, and so was the other female comedian that was on the Parkers. I forgot her name. Anyway, she probably appeared on one or two movies here and there, some more. But she sticks in her lane, and her lane is comedy. You know why? Because she's a real comedian, y'all. She's gonna make you laugh. Monique doesn't have a classic. This is a Monique line right here. She doesn't have one. She doesn't own one because all she does is go on stage and tells a testimony, y'all. She's not telling y'all jokes. Everything that she does on these interviews that she did with Club Shay Shay is basically reiterating what she's always been saying for years, talking about Oprah, talking about Tyler Perry, talking about Lee Daniels, and she keeps repeating herself over and over and over again. And I don't mind that. If you want justice, put it on the forefront. Tell the whole world what happened. You should expose these people because they did wrong by you. But when are you gonna tell a joke? I'm waiting for the joke. Is the joke in the room with us right now? I'm waiting for the joke. Monique does not tell jokes. This is the problem. She has a great spirit. She's a great actor. And let me tell you, she's respected in the world of acting because she did Monique, the Monique show. The Moesha show. She appeared as with Kim's mom. Then she got a spinoff show from Moesha to the Parkers. Okay, she did a movie called Fat Girls, hair show. She was in Two Can Play That Game. She was in Baby Boy. Oh my gosh, the Monique show. We all know about Precious, but she's done so much stuff in film alone. So people know her to be a great actress. A lot of people are not caring for the comedy portion of her life because she doesn't have any. So I'm going to give respect when it's due. She does great acting. Which is why, and I'm going to tell you the difference between a real comedian and a fake one. Once that well had dried up, you got that Oscar, Tyler Perry blackballed you. You were supposed to be able to hit the stage and make money doing comedy specials. But you didn't because you couldn't. That's the real tea. Because she was never funny to begin with. See, when you good at something, you don't stop. She stopped doing that. Maybe a comedy special here and there occasionally. But she didn't have a bunch of lineups like that. Now, everybody's talking about back in the day in Baltimore, she had a comedy club. Maybe. And even if I was around at that time, I would probably still say that she wasn't funny. Because acting like a drunk person is not funny. Cursing, throwing your hands around, flaring your hands around, and talking about D is not funny. Because we all could do that. I want to laugh. You should be able to make a joke about a sky. Make a joke about the sky. Make a joke about the water. Make a joke about anything. You should be able to do it. Monique cannot do that. That's why she went so hard about the whole Tyler Perry, Oprah, and Lee Daniels. Not because, they technically robbed her of making money, which like I said, she should sue Tyler Perry since he's the one that started the rumor, and she has evidence on recorded that he did say that, and he admitted to saying that. But once that well had dried up, you should went right back into comedy, because that's where home was, according to where you started, which is Queens of Comedy. That's where home is. That's where you should have went back. You should have went back home, because that would have secured the bag every single time. She has no new material. So I'll say all that. I talk all that shit just to say.
World, give it up for my girl, Monique.
Yeah, I said all that just to say I played it too soon. That maybe this tour with Katt Williams is basically to revamp herself. Maybe she realized after all these years, damn, I ain't got shit to talk about but fucking Oprah and Tyler Perry and, Lee Daniels, and I ain't got shit to talk about. And trust me, if it got Katt's name on it, it's gonna be done right. I'm serious. The material that they went over, I'm sure he's watched her material and said, okay, this is gonna go, this is not gonna go. And in the midst of her material, she's gonna tell her story like she always does. But the thing is, do she bring anything new to the to the stage? That's all I want to know. Is she going to actually be telling jokes? Because I can't see Katt Williams co-signing her not being funny. Okay? Same thing with Tori Hart. Is she going to be funny? I can't see Katt putting his name on something and we don't know if it's going to be funny. I don't know. Maybe this is definitely just a PR stunt to just get ticket sales up. I don't know. But Katt doesn't have to prove herself. Monique does. She a legend. You're bugging. Listen, I stand with Monique and everything that she said because she tells the truth. However, she can play a condescending game as well. And that's what blocks her blessing, because she's dragging it. She's not always coming from a genuine place. Y'all can say what y'all want. She doesn't always come from a genuine place. And Tyler Perry not dumb. Okay? So he did her wrong. That's that. But what I'm saying is, I need the real comedian to stand up. All I'm asking Monique is just to be funny. I don't care about the whole situation that happened 20 years ago. Let's move forward. Can you make me laugh today in 2024? Okay? Can you make me laugh? Because like I said, what D.L. Hughley said was right. You boycotted Netflix just for it to flop. Come ready this time. I hope so. And I hope there's some people out there that has, some videos and stuff of her doing a stand-up comedy and stuff like that. But with the whole Sommore thing, she hasn't spoken out about it. She hasn't said that she lied or it was true. And quite frankly, I don't think Sommore even cares. I think she respects Monique as a sister and as a peer and everything, but I don't think she want to get involved in that. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, why even mention it 20 years later? Who cares if Sommore said headline? You know what I'm saying? Are you funny, Monique? That's what I want to know. Are you going to be funny this year in 2024? I hope so. I might buy some tickets and see if I can catch your show, but I think they've already started. We'll see. Anyway, y'all, that's my time. Bye.